last thing that Steve Young said, he discussed Trey Lance's leadership in general. He was asked, like, what does Trey need to do to be a great leader? And, well, he said essentially win, but he said more. What else did he say, Jose?
Yeah, he said that, yeah, win, and then the typical, well, you just be a grinder. That way your team notices it, which everyone's noticed it already. That's like always been the number one thing they've been saying even since last year. So boom, great. Right? You have the work that you're not looking for credit, but the team sees it. So boom, number one, win the game. That's going to be the last result. And the other parts he's talking about handling himself in the low points, like the negatives. How are you going to react when it comes to, you're the reason why you lost the game, or you just lost the game, or you had a poor performance. How you handle yourself weekly in the post-game press conference, weekly press conferences. That's pretty much how he's going to handle himself and how they're going to look and make sure he's not someone who owns it, not someone who just pawns, like he said, he literally said pawns it off on someone else, or just said like, kind of like Jimmy did. Oh, we just didn't execute. Like, no, Jimmy, you didn't execute that throw. If you didn't throw that pick in the Tennessee game, multiple picks, if you hit Kyle Juszczyk, just one of them, you win the game, So at least it's like that. If Lance is not doing something like that, it just kind of like wears it, just wears it like armor, takes it like nothing, then he'll be smooth.
What killed me is that Steve said that Jimmy Garoppolo does a great job of owning it when he makes mistakes. And I was like, what are you talking about? When Jimmy Garoppolo makes a mistake and he's questioned about it after a game, he starts speaking French. All of a sudden, it's we didn't do this. We didn't execute. Nah, man, you had Kyle Juszczyk wide open up the right sideline. You threw it out of bounds. What happened? No, man, you threw your 11th interception to a linebacker. What happened? Oh, we didn't execute. See, to me, when he says we didn't execute, you're kind of implying maybe the guy ran the wrong route. Maybe he was. I'm not going to say it specifically. It's a team sport, but maybe the other guy. That's the way I always looked at it. So, I don't know. It seems to me that Trey already does a much better job. He doesn't speak French. No French coming out of Trey Lance's mouth. He's quick to be like, I could have played better. I should have played better. I
think he has kind of done something like that already, hasn't he? I think in an actual, like,
he did it after I was there. And when he lost Arizona first time, I mean, he was crushed and he came out and took it all on himself.
And that wasn't even offense for him. I mean, that felt like an offense that Shanahan was just whipped up something together in the kitchen cabin and just said, screw it, man. We're just going to run this thing. I'll run you some handful of times. You're going to have to figure it out, buddy. I mean, I remember there's been times where Kyle Shanahan's even like undertones and even directly at times has like cited like, I don't know why we didn't throw it or something like that. Like, I don't know what Jimmy didn't do, where he's done something like that. So he's taking more ownership for Jimmy than Jimmy has for himself. Jimmy just always goes like, literally, like, I don't know about us. Like, we couldn't do it. We just failed. You can
while smiling. Isaiah Gill says, Grant, will you be at training camp? Yes. And what I'm going to miss is the daily interception from Jimmy Garoppolo and then the daily press conference after where he's asked about it and he was like, oh, I was just working on some things. It's like, this smile after the interception is my favorite.